compellingly awesome, isn't it? B&H Deluxe. Earth is somewhere out there. And that's relatively new on the Sub Pop label. That came out December of 2021. So that's a recent release. And I posted the link for you as well, where you can go stream that. Awesome stuff. And if you like this, follow those links back to Sub Pop Records. You can get all of these things. And they also publicize every one of the band's Bandcamp pages. Isn't that incredible? Where the band and hopefully the label can make some money when you support a band that you like. That's the whole point of all of this. Support the music you like. If you can get it on vinyl, do that. That's my recommendation. I know a lot of you are big cassette fans. I love cassettes for what they are, right? But I hate the fact that, like, in the days of heavy cassette usage, there was only so many times you could play a cassette before every player ate it. Same with VHS tapes. They're really, really cool. They're awesome to collect, but you got to be careful how many times you play them. And that's not really reliable physical media, is it? Well, it is. You know, my suggestion, if you love cassettes, why aren't we doing everything on DAT tape? I mean, we have the technology, people. We've had the technology since, the 70s. DAT tape is where it's at. Anyway, I'm digressing all over the place, but modern cassettes are a marvel. They're wonderful. And they're made less so that the cassette players will eat them. But I have every assurance in my heart that if you love cassettes, you will learn to love those hexagonal pencils as well. Just saying. I don't even know how many tapes I have sitting in my mom's basement probably that are unplayable because every time you put them in the player will eat it. Oh well. That is the beginning of how tape loops, I guess, sort of began, because you had to, tape your tape back together. And I was always doing that myself, but then it would miss a portion of sound and become all garbled. And you know what? Pretty soon you learn, oh, hey, I can cut these tapes up and make these weird sounds. My very first radio intro actually was that, where I cut up a tape, literally cut up a tape and made a garble of sounds. Yeah, literally. And then recorded it onto reel-to-reel and worked with the mastering of the sound to make it sound a little better. This is literally true. I was literally cutting and splicing with an X-Acto knife in a radio studio to make my first intro. Just a little amount of maledicta factoid. Okay, so we're right up at the top of the hour, and I had so much more that I was going to go back and say, hey, let's just relive some old days. Well, we can do that with a band we play very often on the station because they are still going. The Jesus and Mary Chain. The Jesus and Mary Chain was on Sub Pop Records. Actually got to meet them at Lollapalooza. I won tickets on the radio. And I got to go to the very first Lollapalooza. I met them and they were very quiet and sort of shuffly and had very little say. And they were like, do you have something for us to sign? And I was like, no, I couldn't bring anything. They were like, oh, okay, it was good to meet you. We gotta go. And they were like marble mouth, seriously, because they were super, I don't know if they were really, really drunk or really, really high, and they were sort of shiftless, and that was fun. And I was like, wow, that's a thing I did. And I have no proof of. Sweet. I couldn't even find my ticket stub for them to sign. Yeah, sadly. Oh well. You know what? These are the breaks. And I was there I was there and I shouldn't have been. I snuck out to do it. And I was, got drug out by my shirt. And fun times. Anyway, that's my story about the Jesus and Mary chain. What's yours? I also have a very old Jesus and Mary chain t-shirt that I can no longer wear, that I had to gift to my daughter and be like, here is my, I bequeath this to you. It is the Jesus and Mary chain circle in a circle. I wish I could still fit into it, but you know what? Weight gain is a terrible thing. And obviously the queen of candy over here isn't just sitting here like I sit all the time. What do you think's happening? Yeah, I'm not fitting into that shirt that I fit into when I was a teenager. Yeah, so I had to give it to my daughter. So I've got old Jesus and Mary chain with head on. This is my favorite Jesus and Mary chain song. And then the Jesus and Mary chain with April Skies. This is sort of the midpoint for them. I believe 88. So yeah, this came off the Darklands EP, April Skies. Love that. And then they've got a new song. Well, new. It's new however you want to grade it. So it's new-ish. Mood Writer. Dude, I love that Jesus and Mary chain are still at it. And they're still wild. And they're still awesome. And they're still loud. They're still fuzzy. They're still compelling. So let's listen to some Jesus and Mary chain and get really into it.